Ja, in dieser Geschichte erfahren wir etwas über Razma, die einige Notizen hinterlassen hat und sie auch selbst vorliest, leider in Englisch, aber es wird in Deutsch übersetzt, angezeigt zum Lesen.
First, they took your family and your riches. Then they took your health and your pride. Finally, they left you to die. What will you do, exile, when there is nothing left but to live or die? Now that you've chosen, what will you become?
Das waren nicht wir, das war die Alte, die am Kreuz hing, das ist einer der ersten Hauptcharaktere. Und ihr?
When my father died, I knew they would be coming for me. It was only a matter of time. What I didn't expect was this. To be crucified and left to rot on the edge of a wasteland that I have never seen before. It makes sense to me that the cowardly fools that they sent to do the job would not have the courage to kill me. They are mongrels, the cast-off bloodlines of slaves and commoners, and such as they do not dare to spill royal blood. Instead, I was bound hand, foot, and mouth, and smuggled out to gods know where. They left me for the vultures, but I was rescued by a man. Such a man. Clean-limbed and bronze-skinned. I have never seen his like in the cities of Shem. He came to me as I hung from the cross, and his icy blue stare was a challenge. Did I dare to live? Now I crouch at the edge of this wasteland. Once a daughter of princes, now a nameless exile in an unfamiliar land. The shaft of the double-bladed axe that he gave me is a comforting weight in my hands. The answer is yes. I will live.
Okay, ich werde leben. So, das war das Tagebuch von Razma, das erste Tagebuch. So.
Ihr. Uhu. Uhu, juhu, juhu, juhu.
Okay, warte. Da.
I am not alone here. That was the first revelation that came to me as I crouched, shivering on the banks of the river. There are others, ragged and broken men and women, who light bonfires and huddle close together for warmth. Fools. The light draws unfriendly eyes and makes them easy pickings in the darkness. Their sentries have no night vision to speak of. They do not see me creeping in the bushes around their fires. And while they sleep, I sneak in and steal their food. It's too easy. As the lessons of the streets return, my fear recedes. I've survived before.
Okay, das war Nummer 2 von Razma. Und ist hier was Besonderes?
Naja,
Was denn? Jock,
ja,
ne?
hier. Nee.
Jock, nicht Jock. Hier, wo ist sie her? Hüpf mal. Ah, da hinten. Oh,
My father told me that there is something to be learned from all the peoples of the world. I do not yet know what these Darfari will teach me. I was captured as I moved north from the river. They clubbed me senseless and dragged me back to their camp, thrusting me into a woven cage full of prisoners. They've been dragging us out, one by one, to their sacrifice pits. The screams of the victims fill the air, and the scent. My mouth waters, and I hate myself. I've seen the bloody sacrifices that Set requires, and the corpulent orgies of Derketo. But these brutes with filed teeth and blood running down their chins. I don't like this darkness. It makes my skin crawl. Some of the other prisoners here are from further north. One of them claims to be a Stygian bounty hunter, who came here chasing treasure. He says there is a whole city of them in the north. And in the cage beside us is a woman who is dressed like a pirate. Does that mean we are somewhere near the ocean? I need answers. I've been so busy running, surviving. There's a loose branch on the weaving of this cage. My Stygian friend and I are working it slowly free, and then we will vanish into the night. I realize now that I have been foolish to avoid others. If I am to escape these exiled lands, I need to find people who know what the stakes are. I need other people. Lesson learned.
okay, sie konnten offenbar entkommen. Okay. Ja, bin hier. Ah,
I
okay.
walk among
Ah,
giants.
Tagebuch 4.
My Stygian friend, his name is Jakad, and I found this place after we fled the Darfari. I can't even say for certain that we managed to lose them. They shied away from entering this place. Perhaps they consider it sacred. When we came to the entrance, our bracelets flared, and the tablets by the great door were lit from within by a light like devil's fire. A voice spoke within our minds, alien, arrogant. It spoke, and in my mind, I saw the black spires of an ancient city, and the stately, unearthly creatures that dwelt within. I fell down in a faint, dreaming as one who has inhaled the pollen of the Black Lotus. In my dream, I walked with them along black stone avenues, and sat with them as they communed with primordial beings, and took counsel with blasphemous minds from outside the veil. I watched as they observed humans entering their lands, at first amused, and then alarmed. I watched as they changed,
Wo bleibst
hardening
du?
their hearts against the humans who
Keine
came to
Ahnung,
them,
ich höre den
begging
Text.
for refuge. They
Hallo?
sealed their
Wo
borders.
bist du denn
They
da?
enslaved the humans that they captured and bonded them. When I awoke, hours later, Jakad and I spoke of what I had seen. Apparently, he had none of my visions, just heard the voice in his mind, warning him to stay away from this place. It is becoming clear to me that there is more going on here than just the politics that lie at the feet of my foster father. There are answers to be found for those who would seek.
So you live, and we meet again. Tell me, have you had a good chance to look around? Seen your fill of these exiled lands? It's not too late to get back on that crucifix. Any fool can see that you need answers. Left hanging for the vultures on that cross. A cursed bracelet that keeps you trapped in this place. Everybody trying to kill each other. I should leave you all to your fate. I don't have the stomach for sorcery. Give me a foe that I can strike with cold iron. Ah! I'll be here a while. His wine tastes like boiled camel's piss and the bread's half weevil, but I'm comfortable enough. If you have questions, ask. I wandered for a while after I pulled you from that cross. In the south, I found desperate souls and Darfari man-eaters. In the east, apes that walked like men among the overgrown ruins of an ancient city. I found an amphitheater where the ancient dead walked, and the memories of ancient battles stained the sand. It stank of sorcery. So I left. I have traveled far and seen much. From the glittering ice of Asgard to the jungle expanses of the Black Kingdoms. I have been thief, pirate, and mercenary. But nowhere have I seen gods as I see them in this land. These avatars that stalk and spread destruction in their wake. These are not gods. These are what men want gods to be. Weapons. There is a woman. I freed her from the cross just as I did you. I followed her trail across the exiled lands. I missed her here by a scant few hours. She had left in search of a map room and a way to free herself from the exiled lands. Her trail ended in the map room. She was gone and all of her companions slaughtered. Listen. If you have news of Razma of Shem, let me know. Try not to get killed.
Okay, so, jetzt muss ich gerade. Suchst du was?
Ja, ja.
Was denn? Ein
Die
Büchlein?
Nummer 5 von
Okay.
Razma.
Oh, warte mal. Nee, das ist nur ein Schatten. Tja, die Frage ist natürlich, wo liegt es?
Hab's.
Ja, warte. Wo? Da hinten. Okay. Ah, ja.
I think I must be dreaming. I visited pirates today. Pirates? In the middle of a desert. It's as ridiculous as it sounds. Landlocked pirates who've built themselves a ship of stone and iron on a mesa in the middle of a canyon. They dress in pirate garb and call themselves the Black Hand. They claim to be searching for a way out of the exiled lands, the same as Jakad and I, but it doesn't seem as though they have made much progress. There was a lot of talk about hidden maps and secret treasures. I did not speak to their leader, the Butcher of Khwarazim, but I saw her from a distance. A formidable woman. Whatever these fools who follow her think,
Ich glaube, es zieht
she
einen
has a
Sandsturm
real
auf.
plan.
Okay.
Jakad and I have agreed to continue west. According to Jakad, there are more ruins out there. An entire city, though he claims that it is dangerous. But beyond it, in the northwest is the city where his people can be found. Our search continues.
Kann der Heile runter?
Ja.
Ups. Tatsächlich. So, jetzt haben wir auch die namenlose Stadt. Okay.
Jakad is gone, swallowed by the darkness and desolation. A winged demon screeches a haunting dirge as it flees with my companion towards the stars. Ever since we took our first steps into this city, we knew that something was waiting for us. The darkness is a tide, lapping at the shore of my sanity, eroding it. Blood seeps from wounds I didn't know I had. The ruins cast insane shadows on the landscape, and they cast a shadow on my mind. The past and the present run together in my mind, and I am a slave rushing to help my master, and I am a woman screaming in the ruins, and I am a god planning wars and wickedness, and I am a sandstorm scouring the lands, and I am myself, alone, exiled. For a long time, I drifted between worlds. I dreamed of lives that I never lived, faces that I never knew, loves that I never had. And in one of my dreams, I found the answer. I must return to the city, and I dare not do that alone. I don't know where they found me. These rough people dressed in the skins of hyenas. They carried me back to their camp, somewhere north of the city, and left me sleeping on a pile of furs by one of their tents. I don't think they expected me to wake up. I've been watching them while pretending to sleep. There is something very strange going on. Their body language is wrong. I grew up on the streets of Azgaloon, and I could read the body of a haggling merchant before I could walk. But these people, they remind me of the mangy curs that used to wander the streets, begging for scraps. They stand too close. They sniff at one another. When one of them shouts, the others cower. I need to get out of here. They are gathering in the old arena among the ruins, howling like hyenas. They are performing some ritual. A naked man is cloaked in a blood-soaked hyena skin. I dare not waste this chance. I must slip away. I will go west and find Jakad's people. I'm going to need their help.
Genau.
Ja, ich habe mir den Obelisk geholt und bin dann rein. Weil was soll ich da so stundenlang in der Brühe da stehen?
Nee, muss ja nicht. Hier ist nichts weiter. Okay, gehen wir mal runter. So, dann werde ich jetzt hier einen Schnitt machen, bevor der loslegt. Moment. Einmal an das Regal. So. Schriftrolle habe ich. Einmal kurz Schnitt. Okay. So.
Do not be afraid, bonded one. I am just a shadow, a whisper of what once was. Before the fall, when this kingdom raised knighted pillars of black stone to the sky, I was called the Archivist. Have you come to seek a way free of the bonding bracelet, human? There is only one chance, and a very slim one at that. You must assemble the items of power that were present at its creation. The diadem of the Giant Kings, the mask of the Witch Queen, the tears of two races, the star of the champion, the heart of the sands, the shining trapezohedron, and the serpent ring of Set. I fear I set you an impossible quest, human. The diadem of the Giant Kings was once worn upon the brow of the Priest King. He fell in battle with Tyros, the Deathbringer, in the battlefields of the north. More than that, I cannot say. The Priest King was the most passionate and most volatile among us. I fear his downfall will not have been a simple matter. The Witch Queen of Lemuria was our great enemy in the dying days of our race. Her people came to us as refugees, but even as they took our succor, they plotted our downfall. She was present at the creation of the bracelet, lending her power to ours. Her fate is unknown to me, but she always ruled from her city in the swamp to the east. The tears of two races were simple to obtain when we performed the ritual. We simply took our tears and combined them. But who is left to weep for both races? Although tales persist of Tyros the Deathbringer, he was born of both races. Our blood mingled with theirs. Perhaps his tears could be enough to fulfill the requirement. Obtaining them would be quite the feat. The star of the champion lies buried beneath the sands of the arena in the east. I remember well the day that Tyros killed the mighty dragon. He wept to defeat such a noble creature. He placed the star upon its brow. As far as I know, there it remains. The heart of the sands, or simply the Scourge Stone, was an artifact of power. The Priest King used it to create a weapon, the Sandstorm, that he swore would be our salvation. He gave it to the Warmaker to unleash upon our enemies. As far as I know, it was destroyed in the attempt. But perhaps the Warmaker has more insight. The Serpent Ring of Set. It was our most powerful artifact. It was kept in a tomb beneath this city, and then one day, a human came. He had all the words and signs of power. He passed through every ward and trap we had put in place. He took the Serpent Ring of Set, and he left. If you wonder why you wear the bracelet, wonder no more. It must have been this man who called himself Tohamon. Dedicate yourself to recovering the other artifacts. You will not recover the Serpent Ring of Set as long as you are trapped in this empire. Perhaps it will be enough. When you have the artifacts, you must place them on the receptacle north of here. Once you have filled this vessel with the artifacts of power, it will create a keystone. To remove your bracelet, all that is required is to touch it with the keystone. And then, mortal, you will be free. But freedom will mean giving up all that these lands have come to offer you. So choose wisely. How did I die? I was betrayed by your kind, in a place called the Circle of Swords. I went in good faith to meet the Witch Queen. She had promised peace. I was cut down. My bones were left to rot in the wind. And yet, my spirit has always belonged to the Archives, human. And so, I am here. And here, I shall remain. Have you come to seek a way free of the bonding bracelet, human? There is only one chance.
Damit haben wir auch die Geschichte. Aber war jetzt Razma? Er hat doch auch von Razma erzählt jetzt, ne?
Nö, wundert mich. Kann sein, dass wir das mit irgendeinem Patch mal rausgenommen haben.
Okay. Gut, aber wir haben zumindest den Kartenraum schon mal und die Geschichte, was wir holen müssen, wenn wir dieses Land verlassen wollen.
Du willst es verlassen, ich nicht.
Ja, du fühlst dich wohl hier drin.
Ja, klar.
Ja, wir sind in der vergessenen Stadt von Xelhor.
Hä, wo sind wir?
Wir haben die Stadt von Xelhor gefunden.
Ja, aber ist nicht die vergessene Stadt.
Ja, die vergessene Stadt von Xelhor. So, und jetzt betreten wir den Palast der Hexenkönigin. Ups, wieso knacken mir denn da die Knochen?
Und werden sie jetzt spanken.
Was werde ich?
Wir werden sie spanken.
Spanken. Was ist das Spanken?
Ihr den Arsch verklatschen.
Au ja. Ich glaub,
So, lass deinen Spruch ab, Lady, und dann schick deine Monster los und dann hauen wir dir auf die Fresse.
Ah, gut. Einfall verkrüppeln, jawohl, Bein ab. Und da ist auch einer. Bewegt deinen Hintern da oben. Ah, es geht los. Gut gesagt. Au, ich bin platt. Nein, nicht ganz.
So, Lady, komm runter. Dann
Jawohl.
gib das auf die Fresse.
Wir wollen sie versohlen. Aha. Das wäre jetzt... Moment, die erzählt uns doch auch was, oder nicht?
Eigentlich ja.
Sie starb, während... Ich nehme die Sache mal an mich. Aber hier konnte man, glaube ich, noch gut looten, ne? Irgendwas.
Nö, nur lernen.
Lernen?
So, den Thron anklicken.
Aha, lemurianische königliche Rüstung und so weiter. Okay. Und das hat einen Fettfleck gegeben.
Schade, man kann nicht so hochklettern. Ich wollte mal auf die Balustrade drauf.
Geht nicht, ne?
Nö, die Sauerei.
Na gut. Dann eben nicht. Jetzt ziehen wir beleidigt ab.
Ja,
So. Du bist... er blinkert wieder. Vogel aus. Ich muss nur gucken, welches Haus. Vogel aus. Ich muss nur gucken, welches Haus.
ja, da drauf, wo ich stehe. Du sollst hier
Okay.
hochkommen, du Schnarchnase, du.
Du Schnorchnase. Ich hau dir eine, du.
Leg lieber hier das Ding an.
Hab ich angeklickt. Reliktenjäger-Ausrüstung. Okay.
So, und jetzt mach die Türe auf, du Schnepfe, du. Du Zippelgusse.
Okay, wir können rein. Oh, hier ist jemand. Razma aus Shem. Jawohl, dann
I
sprechen
wanted
wir
to
mit dir.
thank you. The woman that you met in those ruins, that was not me. She was ancient and wicked and powerful. You almost killed me in that city. I cannot begrudge you that. Such a terrible, awesome creation. While I wore the mask, I was somebody else. I was something else. Such power and knowledge. I stood on an island in a vast ocean. I could see across the water in every direction. And that ocean was time. I am sorry. It is difficult to describe. All I have are fragments. Her memories evaporate from my mind like mists above the oasis. If you have questions, you must ask them quickly. My mind is leaking, purging itself of all traces of that woman. She knew so much about these bracelets we wear, about the giant kings and the ancient war, about the darkness that lurks in the volcano, and... Just ask, friend, before I lose the nerve to speak. The bracelets. She made them, together with the giant kings. The bracelets were imbued with the power of 7 artifacts. The Witch Queen's mask, the diadem of the giant kings, the tears of 2 races, the shining trapezahedron, the star of the champion, the heart of the sands, and the Black Ring of Set. The bracelets were created to translate any language for the wearer, to allow swift movement around the Empire, and to allow communication and recording through the lore stones. It was only later, when the war began, that the Queen suspected that the Giant Kings had included a death weave in the sorcery. Any who tried to flee their control were simply killed by the curse wall. Her people, the Lemurians, were the remnant of a desperate race. Her memories before the exiled lands are vague and confused. Flashes of an island kingdom, sinking as the world heaves. A people being subjugated with fire and sorcery. An escape, and a long, treacherous journey into the West. I'm sorry, it's fading so quickly. I remember a daughter, Tellith, and a great betrayal. And a grandchild. She was a mother and a grandmother. She knew what it was to be a slave, and didn't want that for any of her people. She would stop at nothing to prevent it from happening again. Can you blame her? Her mind shies away from two things: her grandchild and what her people found in the volcano. Her grandchild was not truly human. Zoltar? He was a hostage or something else. I'm sorry. For her, these memories were laden with emotion. I see a beloved daughter, and a hated foe, and a child that brings hope. It is so very unclear. As for what her people discovered at the volcano, horror, anger, and disgust, and fear. This is the only memory where the Witch Queen of Lemuria felt fear. I truly don't know what I will do now that I have my freedom. Conan has offered to accompany me north, back to my home city in Shem. My palace awaits me, and the pampered life of a princess of Shem. But my enemies, the ones who sent me here, they also await me there. Perhaps instead, I will travel with Conan a while, see the world by his side. He is formidable, yes, for a barbarian. You almost killed me in that city. I cannot begrudge you that. Such a terrible, awesome creation. While I wore the mask, I was somebody else. I was something else. Such power and knowledge. I stood on an island in a vast ocean. I could see across the water in every direction. And that ocean was time.
Ja, doch, du musst die rechte Türe anklicken.
I am sorry. It is difficult to describe.